Hi, I'm Jim, and today you're in Jim's garage. This is the bike that my daughter rides, and we were traveling and she noted that my bike, a carbon frame fiber, was quite a bit lighter than her bike. And so I thought for her birthday I would get her this new frame and build up a bike for her. So I've been watching some videos from Martin Gray, and he provides instructions on how to paint these frames so you can have a neat looking bike. And I'm also going to do that, so there'll be two videos. One is going to be on the painting of the bike, and one is going to be on the building of the bike. As far as the frame goes, it's a nice frame. It's about 1,000 grams. The frame is also unique in that it's a BB Bright bottom bracket, which is a Cervelo branded or original design. So as far as painting goes, using some of the instructions from Martin, he suggests that you should essentially strip away all the paint and then and the initial primer, and then reprime the bike and then repaint the bike. All right, I'm going to put some decals on the side here. Martin basically has a video where he does a fade with the logo, and it looked pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do. So in preparation of sanding the bike, I'm going to take all of the parts that I can screw off here. The water bottles, adapters for inserting cables into the frame so they go inside the frame, and the rear derailleur hanger. There's the front mech hanger. I'm just going to leave that on. So there you go. Alright, so now I have 800 grit sandpaper. And here's the fork, and I'll start with that. I got some water. After about 7 hours of sanding, the thing to note is that there's certain areas where it's just almost impossible to get the paint off using the sandpaper. Largely it's in the areas where you have the grooves. So in these areas where you have joints. Also note that I have after 7 hours, I have 7 areas on my hand which are injured. Okay, so I've been working on removing the paint and the primer that was previously on this frame. And I was able to find a Dremel. They sell these brushes that you could put on the Dremel, and they're supposed to be equivalent to about 200 grit sandpaper, and they work pretty good actually for getting in the corners and the crevices, although there's still sort of some paint on those areas. At least I made a lot of progress on sanding down the frame just by hand. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go over this one more time. So I don't have a dedicated paint stand, but what I do have is a bike stand. And what I thought I could do is you can get these wood clamps that are used for making furniture and stuff like that. And the cool thing is you can just kind of clamp these right onto the bike stand, and then you can get yourself a 1-inch PVC pipe and cut it to a length. So I'm using the 2K epoxy primer, and the directions say to shake the can up for 10 minutes. And then after you shake for 10 minutes, to take this red cap off that's on the top, push it through here, leave it go for like a minute or so, and then reshake the can up for 2 minutes. So I sanded the prime coat that I put on, and I applied another coat of the shock black, and I sanded now the shock black. And everything looks pretty good. When I had got done painting with the shock black, everything was really nice and black, and it was consistent with the color of the seat post. And I wasn't able to, I really addressed some areas that were a little bit rough. When I did that, I noticed that there's a little bit of notice of wear at certain parts where I had sanded where it's rough. So in the next step, I'll end up repainting those over again so they're nice and dark. The next step essentially entails me putting some of these stickers on the bike, and then I'm going to paint it with a blue metal coat to create some symbols. So I have 2 of these chili peppers, and one chili pepper is going to go on the front, on the head tube, and one's going to go on the top tube. And then I have a chili pepper sticker. One's going to go down the side, and then I have 2 of them, so one will go down on the other side also. Then I'm going to take this glitter blast paint. It's a sapphire glimmer. It's a blue color. That's the color that my daughter picked out. And what I'll do is I'll spray the whole, basically like the front of the bike, try to fade it in here, and then afterward I'll take the shock black again and then touch up some spots that need a little bit of work. So one thing to note is when you start to put the stickers on, you have to be real careful about where you place them. I tried to put the sticker, the chili pepper, here on the top tube, and I got it a little off. Actually, like just started started to adhere to the top tube before I got it in the right place. And then when I started to take it off, the sticker started to come off. And then I tried to rearrange it, and then essentially some of the glue that's on the back of the sticker was on the front tube, and so I couldn't get the sticker on the front tube. But so where I got these stickers were stickermule.com, and you can essentially give them a picture, and they'll make a vinyl stickers for you, transfer stickers. And what I would recommend is you can buy a couple, but buy like one more than you need. So therefore, if you mess up like I did, then you'd have an extra sticker. Now the sticker is useless because it was all like warped and stuff. First I sprayed with some soap and water. Now I'm just going to spray with some water to make sure there's no residual soap. frame and the fork, and I'm going to sand the fork. I will say that I probably wouldn't use this glitter blast again, at least for the bike. For both cans that I opened, when I first opened them, after shaking them for 10 minutes, I would push the cap and nothing would come out, or just a little bit of spurts coming out. And on the second can, I had kind of like shaken it for 10 minutes and knew it was an issue, and then squeezed it a little, and then set the can aside for like, I don't know, 50 seconds or 30 seconds, and then came back and shake it and try to spray, and it was like clogged. So I end up having to like maybe put a little solvent in the top, and then try to keep pressing it, and then also when you press it, it comes out like full blast, or it doesn't come out at all. So it was either like full blast or not at all. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and the frames have now been drying for 2 or 3 hours. I'll sand the fork, see how that goes. I just kind of lightly sanded the fork. I didn't want to go too far because then it will start showing through to the black. And I took some of the tape off. You can kind of see where I had taped so that it wouldn't get inside where the wheel, you hold the wheel. And so it looks pretty good actually. So we'll see how it looks after the clear coat, and I'll go ahead and start removing some of the stickers from the bike frame. Frame looks good. I just sanded it down, and now we're going to put two coats of clear coat on there. Okay, so I've wet sanded, and now letting everything dry. Looks like everything's dry from wet sanding, and looks pretty decent. And I'm going to use the 2K clear coat, just like the clear coat that we use for the primer. It says to shake for 10 minutes, and then take this cap, push down, and let the contents seep in there for about a minute, and then shake for 2 more minutes. And then I'll clear coat the bike and the fork. I have put the first coat of clear coat on the bike, and it's looking really good. Just going to sand it down one more time with my 800 Grit Sandpaper. Make sure everything's nice and smooth, and then apply the second coat of clear coat. As you can see, the chili pepper came out real nice, and the logo on the front looks real nice. Alright, so here we are. The bike has been painted and sprayed. As far as applying the clear coat, it did take a while. I think I tried to go back and forth, sanding, wet sanding, and then respraying the clear coat 4 times, which was a lot. And it takes a long time because between each coat of clear coat, you need to wait at least 24 hours. This is mainly because the glitter paint that I painted on wasn't very evenly painted because of the way that the spray comes out of the can unevenly. So you're looking at several days to a week to include the clear coat on the bike. I guess just some remarks at the end here. Would I do this again? Well, I have that Cervelo in the background. I was considering repainting that bike, but after doing this, I probably wouldn't do it because it's really a lot of work. Also, note that when you spray the clear coat, it says right on there that it's really toxic and it smells bad, and so you really do need that paint mask. If you enjoyed the video, and until next time, you're in Jim's Garage.